Hi, subscribe to my channel Shobha Rana for more.
I want to talk about employment opportunities also. How are the employment opportunities for a transgender person into a universe where you're thrown out of your class by your own professors, where your seniors belittle you, your subordinates and peers don't respect you, or because it's coming from phobia that they have for your acceptance? And also in the industry that you are now debuting in, right?
Yeah.
Bollywood had its own struggles with getting trans community or LGBTQ community into acting and playing characters and stuff.
Yeah.
So how do you see that world now? Is it changing? Are things getting better?
See, everything is changing, but very, very, very slowly, right? You asked about employment. Like, when have you seen a trans doctor in a hospital? Ever?
I haven't.
I don't think most people have.
It
Or
makes the
even when
headlines, even if one
Yeah.
person has come,
Yeah.
first transgender, this, first transgender.
Yeah.
So we are
Like
in
when
that
I,
generation.
became Karnataka's first trans doctor, I didn't think it was a moment to necessarily celebrate. It's like that's how far behind we are that a person becoming a doctor in a country where literally the two options are being a doctor and engineer for most of us. This is newsworthy, because, and that's how far behind we are when it comes to opportunity. But again, I am extremely fortunate that I had parents who took their time, of course, but eventually came to terms with it. And something that was a non-negotiable from day one was your healthcare and your education. They were like, these two things, no matter what happens, we cannot compromise on it. And they supported me through all of that, through the initial part of my transition, paying for surgery. My dad came to Bangkok with me and stayed with me for 30 days. He took care of me when I was recovering. I have so much respect for him. The same man who used to, tell me things like, don't talk like this, don't move your hands so much, who used to buy me like a cricket bat and ball to make me as masculine as possible, is the same man that took care of me when I was recovering. So I feel like it's changing, but again, for the vast majority of the community, unfortunately, we don't have as many opportunities. That for me, playing a trans character, for example, is something that we don't really even hear of. Up until this point, trans characters have been played by cis men mostly. I grew up. Do you remember Lajja Shankar Pandey in
Yes.
what is that movie called?
I'm very bad with movie references, but I know what character you're talking about.
That really scary character that
Yeah, you're right that we are progressing, but in a very slow-paced manner, because not so long back did Sacred Games come out, and Kubra had played this character.
I think that Kubra's role is still one of the much better examples of trans representation.
Yeah.
Of course, it could have been played by a trans person, but I think Kubra did a fantastic
She
job.
did a fantastic
with
job
what
with
the
it.
script demanded, right? And I think if it was being made in 2023, there would be no excuse, and that they would definitely have cast a trans person. But there are worse examples, like I don't want to name names, too many of them at least, but Lakshmi Bomb, was that?
Yeah, Akshay Kumar movie, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, again, I can't speak for individual actors and what they're like in real life, but, if you have a depiction of a trans person that's as horrific or as stereotypical, right? There is already enough fear in people's minds. There is already enough transphobia and stigma in people's minds. We as trans people are just as capable of living lives that you do and doing a better job at it also.
100%. 100%.
That we are as intellectually capable, we're as talented. We're not freaks, so stop portraying us as freaks. Just for masala, we're not your entertainment. We are people with real lives, and everything that you make about us has an impact on our lives. And I think that needs to change. I think until we are not involved in the process of our own storytelling now, things will not change.
Yeah, this whole idea that's being propagated of you being a comedic character or someone who will go and do some crimes, or these horrific characters basically. That just really needs to change, because I have so many friends from LGBTQ community and amazing people, amazing, intelligent people doing wonderful, amazing things professionally, just because they were fortunate enough to be born in a certain family that embraced them. Even if they had their struggles, they still chose to embrace them at the end and give them what they would give to any other child, which is
Yeah.
basic education, healthcare, and wherever their potential took them.
And people say things like, oh, but it's acting, you know, people should be able to play anything. So imagine, so let me play a pregnant woman. Na? Give me that role also. give me roles where I can play cis women. I want to play a cop. I want to play a detective. I want to play absolutely anything. Give me those opportunities. Then you do whatever you want. You play whatever you want. But you give me also those opportunities to play whatever I want.
The pie is anyway very small for you.
Yeah.
That also very small fraction or segment of that pie you will get.
Yeah.
That also is taken away and
Yeah.
you are not given other opportunities. It's just very unfortunate
Right.
circumstance.
और जहाँ तक वो टैलेंट ढूंढना मुश्किल है, टैलेंट को ट्रेन करना मुश्किल है, भाई प्लीज, lots of people who are cisgender have given terrible performance.
Terrible.
And you know, workshops have been invested in, their training has been invested in. It's just a matter of the filmmaker having the principle sorted, that I will do representation right, I will invest in it the way I have invested in other people, and it's as simple as that.
Very true.
And you know, that's where it starts.